Hi, welcome to another episode of Bubble Bear Plays. On this episode, we'll be reviewing Katamari Damacy Reroll, published by Bandai Namco for the Nintendo Switch. Katamari Damacy is a remake of the first game from the franchise released for the PlayStation 2 on 2004. If you're not familiar with the Katamari franchise, you are a prince and your father is the king of all cosmos. The game begins when the drunk king of all cosmos accidentally destroys all of the stars and the moon. So you, the tiny prince, have been tasked by the king of all cosmos to recreate the stars. The concept of the game is actually pretty simple and ridiculous. You are in control of a ball called a Katamari. I checked in Google Translate, Katamari means mass or lump, and you roll the Katamari against smaller objects in order to increase the Katamari's size. You won't be able to roll up against any objects larger than the Katamari, and bumping against them will make the Katamari lose some of the attached objects and therefore decrease its size. So it's counterproductive to just go running and bumping against everything that you see. Some larger living things will even chase after you, so it's best to just avoid larger objects altogether. Certain areas of a level are closed off and have a size requirement before you can enter. You would have to navigate around the level looking for enough smaller objects to pick up, and when the Katamari reaches a certain size, you will be able to access these areas, which generally contain larger objects. So don't be surprised if at the beginning you're picking up tiny household items, and then at the later part of the stage you're picking up trees or cars or houses or buildings or ships or islands. The king of all cosmos will give you a time limit and a certain size to reach for each level. If you achieve the goal, then the Katamari will be raised up to the heavens and will be made into a star. If you fail, you will be reprimanded by the king of all cosmos for not fixing the mess that he made. Aside from the star levels, there are also levels where you will be tasked to recreate constellations. So for Cancer, you will be looking for crabs, for Gemini, you will be looking for twins, and so on. You can choose to play these constellation levels at any time when they appear on the home planet, which acts like a stage select menu. You can also choose to play with a friend via split screen, although this is only for versus mode, not co-op mode. The multiplayer component honestly feels that it was just tacked on, and it feels more of a diversion when you complete the single player levels. Like I said before, the gameplay is pretty ridiculous and even sounds kinda boring on paper. You push a ball and increase the size as it picks up objects. It doesn't sound very fun, but in reality it actually is. There's something satisfying with avoiding humans when the Katamari is still small, and then chasing after them at the later part of the level as they try to flee when they see your giant Katamari. With this just being a remake of a game that was first released on 2004 on the PS2, the levels are identical to the first game, and don't expect much in the way of graphics. It's not an ugly game, but the graphics are old. The sound and music haven't really changed as far as I know, meaning it's still fun to listen to, especially the title theme. After listening to it, you will probably catch yourself humming it while doing your daily business. I mean, that is a very catchy theme song. If you haven't played any of the Katamari games, or even if you had, this game is still worth picking up even if it's just a remake. You can pick this up on the eShop for $29.99, and it does go on sale from time to time for as little as $10. I give Katamari Damacy Reroll a 9 out of 10. So what are your thoughts about Katamari Damacy Reroll? Write it down in the comments down below. And click like, subscribe, and the bell icon to get notified of future content. Thanks for watching.